Alright everyone, welcome back to the Motor Miami. Today we have a cool little vlog for you guys. We're heading over to my buddy Peter's house because I asked him if he could help me install the new calipers that I have for Jackie. We're gonna go with some Porsche 986 Boxster caliper with some home development adjuster kit, whatever. And I really needed his help because obviously if we run into some issues, he's much smarter than I am, so hopefully he can come and figure it out. And other than that, the bleeding system too. I need to learn how to, I don't know the actual bleeding system order, so yeah, we'll check it out. All right guys, I think Peter's starting to like Hondas. The owner barely brought him the new intercooler, so he's gonna start working the plumbing. But today he's gonna be helping me with the calipers, mostly because he knows what he's doing. So he knows the order of bleeding, all this stuff. Probably gonna help me clean the calipers because he's like, why are you gonna put the calipers all dirty like that? I had no answer for him. So he's being super kind enough to open up his shop. And so, yep, gonna get some work done. Just kind of making sure that all this stuff is there. Because knowing my dummy, I'll probably end up forgetting the calipers or something. You know, with these ones. I'm not respraying them because I purposely want that raw and rough look to them. Maybe in the future I'll go ahead and do something like that, but for now it's good enough. Fits good? This part. Start disassembling. All right, so like I was mentioning, obviously there's pretty a couple companies that, you know, we can't make this kit to work with. We don't get their home developments, obviously the brakes, but the biggest shout out goes to Fat Ford Customs for re-drilling or Mini Cooper rotors. So obviously these come in 4x100. And so now they're 4x114. So big thank you to Jason out there in Fat Ford Customs. So you guys don't know, Fat Ford Customs makes it's a company that focuses on Accord and Prelude chassis, and so they're the ones who have made lower control arms, strut bars. Obviously they do the BBK with the RL, so they provide the bracket and re-drilled rotors as well. So big shout out to Fat Ford Customs. I'll put them in the description. Appreciate it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
You guys can tell a little bit of size difference, quite a bit of a difference in my opinion. So alrighty, so we've been running into a little bit of issues. This is the next day. We had some stuff to do. Both of us had some stuff to do afterwards, so we kind of were in a rush to put everything back together for Jackie. So the issue that we're having is, I have no idea what the issue is when it comes to Accords, but we're trying to shave off 2.04 millimeters from the side of this side, the one that doesn't have the actual logo. Now, obviously for Civics is a plug and play. I didn't read anything that said anything otherwise. We're trying this on an Accord, and it has the CL arms, so it's, or yeah, suspension pieces that way it's rotor over hub. So I'm sure there was some little bit of differences, diameters, you know, millimeters. So Peter, obviously, he's very good at kind of measuring things. He noticed that the rotor was hitting one of the sides of the caliper. So he's like, hey, we need to make sure we can't push the caliper more in or out. It's actually the caliper that needs to be moved. So we've been trying to shave off that thing. I think we only need to shave off 2.04 millimeters. So I went to a CNC machine, could have done it, but they were charging me like 240 bucks, and I was like, I'm cheap, you know how it is. So he was like, hey, come by and let's see if we can figure it out. If not, then you can just take it to a CNC and pay whatever they're asking you. I really wanted to go with this setup just because it helps me maintain the 16-inch wheels that I already have. If not, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's just a matter of if I want to pay, however, you know, a machine shop wants to charge me, or if Peter can figure it out. But it's a little bit of an update. All right, so Peter was able to make his magic. Now it spins, no problem. So flush. Once it sits flush, there's no rubbing. Okay. It works. It's good. Start working on the lines, and then we should be good.
It sound right, boys.
Or just until it gets hard. Really? Hard? Huh? Can you roll it down this window or not?
I can hear you though.
Huh?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna press on it, and then when it goes all the way to the bottom,
Hold it.
yeah, let me know so I can close it. Okay.
Dale. Ahí está.
Dale. Pump.
It sound right, boys.
All right, so I guess I'll take the time to close out this vlog, the one where we did the brakes on the Porsche where we did the caliper change on Jackie, and we put the Porsche calipers. Honest review is I don't feel a big difference. There may or may not be a little bit of air in the system. I did look up on the internet, the interwebs, that the brake, after installing a BBK or a bigger brake than what it's supposed to, the brake feels a little mushy. Mine does. It doesn't go all the way to the floor to brake. It brakes when it has to brake, but it feels mushy. The bite doesn't feel as a quick bite as I thought it was gonna be, and that's a little bummer, just because I thought it was gonna be like a quick bite. Like I was gonna notice the difference right away. I haven't. The pads, I am using the pads that came with the calipers that were used. I wanted to make sure, I just wanted to use those pads for now, and later on upgrade to something different. I think part of it is the master cylinder, which is, you know, not big enough. I think F-Inspect did mention I can go with the 1993 Accord, the CB master cylinder. I guess it's bigger. For now, I mean, I'm not hating it. I don't hate it. There's no weird clunks, as you guys can, you know, hear. They look very nice. They look appealing, so that's a plus, I guess. I'm still breaking them in. I did make the mistake of kind of, you know, going a little too hard on them on the very first test drive, and there was a lot of smoke that came out. So I'm taking, to say the least, I'm taking them, you know, less. I'm not going as hard on them, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't love it. Again, maybe I need to bleed out the system again. Maybe if I get some different pads, I think that's gonna make a huge difference. I'm glad that the Recon Master is clear, no problem, which I assume, but you never know. Sometimes things happen, and I'll go ahead and eventually make a video on this. I'm sure there's gonna be a couple questions. Maybe you guys have the answers. Maybe you guys are probably gonna be wondering how much I spent and why I went this route. So I am more than glad, you know, you guys know I'm as transparent as I can be when it comes to car stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and share that if some of you guys are interested into as to why. Why I did not go RLs, just because I wanted to maintain 16-inch wheels. Number one. Number two, I wanted to go with something quite a bit, you know, different. And it's been done. I'm sure an Accord owner has it over there. I'm sure they, you know, they've gone with Genesis on the 98 202 Accords, calipers. They've gone with Spoon. They've gone with all the different kinds. I just wanted to try something different, and I like the way it looks, because it's subtle. If you know, you know, type of thing. The cool thing too, I like the fact that I can swap everything within 2 seconds. I can plug in the Acura CL rotor, and then the OEM brake, and boom, back to quote-unquote normal brakes. So because the lines that I'm using, the Goodrich, they fit, you know, because of the calipers came with their own adapter to fit a Honda line. So not the end of the world. I'm gonna rock them for a little bit. I think I'm gonna look into pads. I was looking at the Hawks and some different ones, but just, you know, I don't want nothing too aggressive for a street car, you know. But I definitely want something that bites a little bit more. I think we're gonna bleed the system again. From what F-Inspect told me is, we only bleed the front one. So I think he's like, no, you gotta bleed all 4 of them. So away, rear passenger, then rear driver, front passenger, outside nipple, inside nipple, driver side front, outside nipple, inside nipple. Repeat the back 2, and then in the front repeat, but now you do inner nipple, outer nipple, and then inner outer. So definitely we did not do all of that. So I think that should make a big difference. And then maybe like I said, I'm thinking about getting some more, a little aggressive pads, and I think that should make quite a bit of difference. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Huge thank you to Peter, UPOD. I definitely appreciate it, man. It goes without saying that you definitely put in a lot of work to make sure that this brackets work, man. So thank you. I definitely appreciate it, and I owe you ramen. That's the only thing I can say. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.